Isn't it kind of crazy to think after all these years, Sean Strickland was Israel Adesanya's kryptonite both inside and outside of the cage? Like, dude, not even Pereira, who was at the time 3-0 against Izzy, still couldn't do that to Israel Adesanya. He still believed that he was the best middleweight in the world. And that's because in all three Pereira losses, Izzy was actually winning the fight until the judges decided otherwise, or he got knocked out. So he knew he just needed to tweak his game a little bit, or just keep focusing just a little bit more to not leave an opening, and he was sure that he can beat Pereira. And Izzy won majority of his fights in the UFC that were for the most part in dominant fashion. So he had all the right to think that he's the best fighter in the middleweight division. But as we all know, Sean would eventually embarrass him inside and outside of the cage. Sean Strickland brought up the dog thing, which completely embarrassed Izzy during the build-up for their fight. Sean Strickland completely shut him down. From bell to bell, Izzy basically had no moments that he could have used as a base to actually think that he was better than Sean Strickland at this point. This certainly broke Izzy's confidence to the point where Izzy only did a post-press conference for less than 2 minutes and said that he was taking a break from the sport. And however you feel about him personally, you cannot deny that he deserves a break. The dude fought everyone and was probably the most active champion we've ever seen in the UFC. Now that being said, I think Israel Adesanya days on top might be numbered, regardless if Sean Strickland is the champion or not. A huge reason why I believe this is that the middleweight division is evolving. You see, for the longest time, the middleweight division was kind of looked at as the weakest division in the UFC. The division was majority run by strikers with hardly any grapplers. However, now the weight class has evolved significantly with full-rounded MMA fighters coming up. Fighters like Dricus, Hamza, Ikram, and now Bo Nickel. And yes, Izzy has shown to get up and show great wrestling defense from every grappler he fought. However, I would argue that those fighters that he did fight that were grapplers were mediocre on the ground, in my opinion. Brunson is a sloppy striker with decent wrestling at best. Marvin Vettori arguably is in the same boat, and he almost submitted Izzy as well. Now just imagine what a Dricus and a Hamza can do at this point. What I'm trying to say is the sport moves on quick, and there's a good chance that Izzy will be left behind. And I think the dude might get exposed for not being that well-rounded. Yes, we've seen fighters like GSP and Jones take massive breaks and come back and win the belt, but I would argue that those fighters are built different. They're great everywhere the fight goes, and it's gonna be harder for Izzy to be at the top in the division again. Is it possible? Yeah. I also have to add, you have to see it from this perspective too. Israel has achieved and accomplished everything in the middleweight division, so who's to say we don't see the same fighter? Like, what if he isn't motivated as he used to be? It could be something similar to the Conor McGregor situation. Izzy had multiple title defenses, some intense rivalries, and made a lot of money. That being said, of course, this is all speculation and my honest thoughts on his future. Who knows when Israel Adesanya will make his return, and who knows if he really will make an impact again. However, those are my thoughts on the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I don't know what you guys are waiting for, and I'll see you guys on my next one.